Welcome to the shop. Let's talk rigid and the LSA and why I think it's the greatest thing. So, as you can see, I've got quite a few rigid tools. I adopted into this line early on in my woodworking on the corded side to start, and then very quickly on the battery side, and have advanced a little bit on the battery side. So far on the LSA, this has been fixed, this has been replaced, and this has been fully replaced. And I'll tell you my experience about it and what you have to do to get that experience. First, let's talk registering the tools. You do have to go onto the website within 90 days, and you do have to buy them from certain retailers. You can't just buy it used off Marketplace and expect to get the warranty. It's not a warranty, my correction, it's a lifetime service agreement. There's some reasons why they call it that, so I'm not going to dive into that. But in any case, you have to get them registered, and you want to keep checking on that. So let me show you here. It's a quick and simple thing to register them. You just jump on the computer and we'll show you the steps here. So let's show how we get signed in here and get a tool registered. Start by going to the website here, register.rigidpower.com, and you'll see here, if you don't have an account, you can sign up and so forth, and there's other information, but I'll just go to the sign in here. Once you're in the site, basically to register a new purchase, you hit the button here, and this will go ahead and start the process. You're essentially going to fill out, as you can see, the model number, serial, store, review, submitted. It's going to ask you for some information off your receipt, such as order number and things like that. And it doesn't matter if you bought it in the store or online from, say, Home Depot. They have order numbers. They believe they have a link back into their system to pull the information. Once that's all done, again, at some point, it will tell you that your item is registered. As you can see here, I've got one item that is still LSA pending, but I've gone ahead and put in all the information on it. And then if I click here, you can see my whole toolbox, and here's all the items I do have registered. And like I said, some I have actually gone ahead and gotten service on. So registration's pretty quick. Again, I have one pending, so I'll keep checking back on it to make sure, because it has to be within 90 days. So in a couple weeks I'll check again, and then if it's not, I'll start calling them and saying, what's going on with this? What do you need from me to get this going? My guess is I won't have any issues, and it will flip over to lifetime soon. So that's the registration process. Now let's say we do have an issue. So one of my first issues was that my impact just went dead. So if you go back out here to the website, I'll show you. You log in. There's a number you can call, or a way to look up where a service center is. So in this case, I didn't have to call a number. I had to go to the service center and drop it off. My closest service center is 27 miles away, 25 miles. But for perspective, I live in the country. My closest Home Depot, 27 miles away. My closest any major retailer, 25 miles away. Making that drive is a choice I make. It's not because it's inconvenient or I expect Rigid to have a service center in my backyard. That's not going to happen. I don't have most things in my backyard. So there's that aspect. I know one of the complaints usually is that it's too far away. I must be lucky. Now, my service center is a guy running out of his house who does repairs. I took this up there, drop it off. A few weeks later, he calls me, it's done, I get it back, it's working perfectly fine. The other one I had to do tool-wise was the sander. Took it up there, again, dropped it off. He never called me back, but all of a sudden I got a FedEx box with a different sander. And it's a refurbished one, but that's okay. It works. So far that has worked out. My other experience with the LSA has been the battery. One of my batteries went completely dead. Jump on their website, place a phone call. They ask you to go through some troubleshooting steps, like plug it into the charger. What does it do? And I tell them that, and I did it. Took 10 minutes maybe, if that. He says, okay, recycle that battery. We'll send you another one. And they sent me a brand new battery. Now, what happens after you get those? So in the case of I got a new sander, I got a new battery, you have to go back on the website or give them a call or chat with them and get these tools added to your LSA registration, because for the instance on my sander, it's a new serial number, so I don't have coverage on this sander unless I put it on there, which I did. In fact, I used the chat option shown here
And I basically said, hey, I don't know how to register this. How do I do that? Or what do I do? And they said, we could take care of that for you. I typed in the numbers. He put it on my account, he or she. I guess I shouldn't assume. And then it was done. The battery, I just had to call a number. 5 minutes later of reading them the serial number, it was registered. The impact I didn't have to because I got mine back. So again, you want to keep them registered and then you'll be fine. All in all, the RIGID LSA experience for me has been fantastic. I think it's a great program. I think it's fantastic that they have stood behind the tools that I have purchased from them in the ways they say they are going to. That the battery that died, they replaced. That the tool that went bad, they replaced. The other one got fixed. And that I haven't had any hassles, hoops, or anything to jump through, but I've made sure from the start to the finish that my tools were registered by going on there and then checking it to make sure they got through the registration. I've purchased them all through Home Depot, so it actually is very quick and simple. And then I've gone through their processes to do it. So thanks for watching. Have a good night.